Tonight, it has been a challenging year for hotels. It's not over yet. Experts predicting hotels are facing one of the longest roads to recovery.
And nearly 30 hotels in our area are behind on mortgage payments right now. WGN's investigative reporter Lourdes Duarte has more on the plan to dig out of 2020.
Well, just today, a brand new hotel at Navy Pier opened up, and there's talk that at some point this summer, McCormick Place may bring back some events. All of those are good signs for an industry that has spent the last year barely treading water. For the last year, downtown Chicago has had a different feel. Businesses that were once thriving have been practically empty, signs of an economic recovery that may take years. Elvis's hit Heartbreak Hotel is a tune so many in the industry are feeling right now.
This is so heartbreaking of how many thousands of people this impacts.
And it's going to be a big hole to dig out of.
And the economic hole is still growing. Restaurants are barely digging out. The song doesn't sound any better for those high-rise hotels.
Take a walk down lonely streets.
Obviously, our industry was brought to its knees. We were one of the first industries impacted by the virus. It's becoming more and more clear that we're going to be the last industry to truly recover from it. And again,
Michael Jacobson with the Illinois Hotel Association has a theory on what's to come. But before you hear it, here's how some in the industry managed the last year.
One of the pool we're building, it's on an acre. It's like a Caesar's Palace. There's nothing like it in the Midwest.
At the iconic Drake Hotel in Oak Brook, the owner didn't lay off employees. He served up a different option to go from cooking and waitressing to plastering and painting.
And they show up next day, 6 o'clock in the morning.
They exceeded everyone's expectations of the work they did.
All those workers helped revamp a decades-old hotel.
So we needed to redo it, fix it, and paint it.
We are at the Sinatra room.
So what kind of events would happen here?
Like a baby showers. We learn how to cover all the nails. In the beginning it was hard, but later was fun. Some ladies did the sides.
Last month, workers returned to their old jobs, and the hotel is back in business.
This was the one time where I think it was right to not listen to the experts and go what our gut was telling us, and to keep everyone and keep their insurance.
But the Drake is the exception. Not every hotel needed a remake or could be that nimble. Many hotels had to let people go or offer steep discounts to get visitors in the door. According to the research firm STR, the occupancy rate last year at downtown hotels plunged to 27%, down from 74% in 2019.
Hotels that are becoming obsolete, that are older and haven't been kept up, are the ones that generally stay dark, are either demolished or converted to some other use.
Drive through downtown Chicago, you'll see it. A total of 25 hotels with more than 13,000 rooms remain closed, including the Sheraton Grand, a landmark hotel along the river. Others, like the Palmer House, are reportedly already in foreclosure, and they're not alone. Data obtained by WGN Investigates shows a staggering number. More than 55% of hotels in the greater Chicago region have fallen behind on their loan payments, compared to just 2% at this time last year. Places like the W Hotel on Adams and the JW Marriott near LaSalle and Adams, the Hotel Felix in River North, and the Hilton Orrington in Evanston. You can see the list keeps growing.
Now that we're a year into the pandemic, the banks are starting to knock on the doors of our hotel owners, and we're starting to see the pace of foreclosure really start picking up.
All of that makes it tough to imagine that a brand new hotel is coming in, but it's happening.
I think my favorite part of this project is offshore rooftop.
Enter Bob Habib and the Navy Pier Sable Hotel.
I've built 50 hotels, and this year has been the most unique, no question.
This is the most challenging of those 50?
No question.
He looks at it this way. Chicago's hotel industry may be just a few months away from at least a slight boost.
The summer months will be very good because they're so solidly leisure. And then come September, we're going to be at the next test point in our recovery.
Which is where the convention industry will have to step in. Over the last year, McCormick Place canceled 215 events, which led to the loss of more than 2 million hotel nights.
So how long, if you had to make a prediction, look at your crystal ball and say, look, we'll be back to pre-pandemic times 2 years from now, 6 months from now, what is that number for you?
We're projecting that it will be 2024 at the earliest. So it's going to be a minimum of a 4-year recovery.
Eased COVID restrictions in other cities and states, he says, means that Illinois is lagging behind, at least for now, when it comes to reviving hospitality.
What we call big box convention hotels, like the Sheraton, those are going to be among the last to open their doors. And unfortunately, those are the hotels that employ the most amount of people.
Which is why their eventual return to work will be music to the ears of many. One way to shake off and shake up the last 12 months.
And as far as some of the hotels that spent the last year shut down, there is a tentative schedule for some of them to reopen April 1st. The Sheraton, for example, they're looking at possibly opening up mid-spring. Also, right now, there's a proposed ordinance with City Council that may impact how workers are brought back. The workers' union and the hotels are on opposite ends of how that should work. It's not clear when City Council plans to vote on that ordinance. I'm Lourdes Duarte, WGN Investigates.